Would you pay over £4,000 for a GNSS receiver if it didn't actually make your work faster, easier and more accurate? After 20 years using GNSS on construction sites and survey jobs, I can tell you this, most upgrades don't really change much. You swap one receiver for a shinier one and within a week you're back doing the same workflow at the same speed, getting the same results. So when Emlid released the Reach RS4 Pro with dual camera, AR stakeout and a completely redesigned body, I didn't want to read the spec sheet. I wanted to know if it actually changes anything on real site. So in this video I will show you exactly what's new, how it performs in the field, and whatever the RS4 Pro is generally worth the upgrade or just more expensive paper specs. I tested the AR stakeout on a live construction site. I've put the measure from images feature up against the total station check, and I will give you my honest verdict on who should buy this and who should save their money. A few months ago, Emlid released a new generation of GNSS receivers. The RS4 replaces the RS3, which for the record was already a very capable receiver and built Emlid's reputation in the professional market. So this new generation has some real expectations to meet. The new lineup comes in two versions, the RS4 and the RS4 Pro. In terms of pricing in the UK, the RS3 was around £2,700. The new RS4 comes in around £3,600, and the RS4 Pro, the one we are reviewing today, is around £4,300. That's a significant step up difference from the RS3, and that's exactly why this review matters. Full disclosure, Emlid sent me this unit to test and review. They didn't pay me for a positive take, and they will see this video when it goes up public just like everyone else. The first thing you notice is the build. The RS4 looks and feels completely different from the RS3. The all plastic body is gone. This is now a magnesium alloy chassis, and it makes an immediate difference. It's more rigid, better balance, and it just feels like a professional tool. But this isn't just about premium feel. That magnesium body serves a real purpose. It reduces internal RF interference and improves multipath rejection. In short, it helps the GNSS engine do its job better, especially near buildings or in mixed environments. It's also fully IP64 rated, meaning it's sealed against both water and dust. Battery life is 16 hours on a single charge with USB-C fast charging. In practice, that means a full working day without touching a cable, or you can top it up from a power bank if you are running base and rover in the same time. The quick release mount is also a nice upgrade. Under the hood, the RS4 Pro has a completely new GNSS chipset. It tracks every major constellation across all frequency bands. That's 672 simultaneous channels. In real terms, that means you are locking onto 40 plus satellites at once with far more signal diversity than the RS3. Fixed times are under 5 seconds in good condition, and more importantly, the receiver holds its fix better in challenging environments near buildings, under moderate tree cover, in urban canyons where multipath was previously a problem. I'll be honest, in open sky conditions you probably won't notice much difference from the RS3. Both will give you a fast fix solution, but in more difficult environments, a dense site, a busy urban area, or working near steel structures, the RS4 Pro does feel noticeably more confident. Fewer float periods, more stable solution, performance that starts and feels closer to what you'd expect from a Trimble or Leica, which costs 4 to 5 times more the price. That's a meaningful improvement, and it's one that will matter for the people watching this video. The tilt compensation of the RS4 Pro uses a next generation IMU, and it's one of the most practically useful upgrades in this package. The initialization takes just a few seconds and a couple of movements, and once it's live, it stays live. For most layout and stakeout work, that's perfectly acceptable and it's far faster than leveling the pole every time. For surveyors shooting awkward corners, ditch bottoms, manhole covers or fence posts, this is a genuine time saver. You are not fighting the pole to get it plumbed. You shoot and move. Now let's talk about the two features that are unique to the RS4 Pro. The first one is AR Stakeout. The concept is simple. Instead of following abstract numbers on a screen, you see your design points overlaid directly onto the live camera view on the real world. Here is how it works in the field. When you're approaching a point from a distance, the front camera takes over. It shows you the live scene with directional cues, distance, bearing, and a visual guide moving you towards the target. As you get within a meter or so, it automatically switches to the bottom camera, which then locks onto the surface and centers an auto bullseye for precise final placement. When I first heard about this, I will admit I was skeptical. It sounded like something designed for a demo video, but on site it's actually useful. I use it to relocate a set of old survey nails in a vegetated area, and having the camera overlay made it significantly easier to spot them. The visual context and the camera provides also help when you're staking out in a crater site or working alongside plant and machinery. You're not staring at a screen, you're looking at the world in front of you, and it also gives less experienced crew members a much more intuitive interface for stakeout. Instead of training someone to read the handheld display, you show them the camera and tell them to walk towards the target. That's the real value on large construction sites with mixed teams. Does it replace traditional stakeout? No. But does it make stakeout faster and easier in the right situations? Genuinely, yes. The second camera features, and probably the one with the biggest practical implication, is the measure from images. Every surveyor knows the problem. You got a point you need to measure, but you can't get the pole there. It's behind the fence, across a ditch, or on a building facade, above the top, or on an edge of an excavation you can't safely stand next to. Normally that's where you pack up your GNSS receiver and you pull out your total station. This feature is Emlid's answer to that problem. Here's the workflow. You walk around the area of interest and record a short video sweep with the RS4 Pro's top camera about 90 to 180 degrees horizontally. Because it uses a global shutter camera, you need to move at a steady, slowly pace for best results. Emlid Flow then automatically extract frames from the video. You select the exact point you want to measure directly on those images. The software uses photogrammetric triangulation, combining the RTK position data and the IMU orientation from each frame to calculate the 3D coordinates of that point. You review the result, confirming and store it like any other GNSS measurement. In theory, this could eliminate a significant number of total station setups for points that are geometrically accessible to the camera but physically unreachable. But theory is easy. What matters is accuracy, so I tested against a checkpoint measured with the total station. To test measure from images properly, I set up a survey target on a building facade, then measure it with the RS4 Pro camera from around 2 to 3 meters. I then measured the same target using my Trimble total station in the reflectorless mode, and this is the important part. The total station setup was from an independent site control network established by a separate surveyor, so there was no connection to the RS4 Pro data whatsoever, which means any agreement between the two results is genuine. One important caveat before I show you the numbers: the effective working range for this feature is around 10 meters maximum. Beyond that, accuracy will degrade, and how much degrades depends on distance, surface texture, lighting condition, and quality of your video sweep. This is not a long range tool. It's designed specifically for a close range inaccessible points. With that said, here are the results. The worst difference across all measured points was 27 millimeters. For most as-built and topo survey work, tolerances of 25 to 50 millimeters are acceptable. That puts this result squarely in a usable territory, and honestly, for a camera-based photogrammetric measurements from a GNSS rover, that's better than I expected. My takeaway is, for inaccessible points where a total station setup would take 15 to 20 minutes, this feature has real value if the accuracy sits within your project tolerance. For more accurate work, or if you need to survey a lot of points from distance, you will still need a total station. But for most topographical survey jobs in hazardous or partial cover areas, this generally changes the workflow. The RS4 Pro also works as a base station, and the upgrades here matters, especially if you are working in a mixed equipment environment. For drone pilots, set it up as a base and your drone will receive correction through Emlid caster or local Wi-Fi. PPP post-processing via Emlid Studio is still completely free, which remains one of the best value proposition in the market. If you are doing photogrammetry or LiDAR mapping, this is a solid, cost-effective base solution. For mixed fleets, the new dual band radio, it's a significantly upgrade. You've got license-free LoRa at 915 MHz and the licensed UHF option up to 2 watts. Crucially, the UHF radio supports Stream Talk 450S, meaning this Emlid base can connect to a Trimble rover. That's a big deal on sites when you are working alongside contractors running different kit. You no longer need a dedicated brand match base. M-Trip correction streaming via Emlid caster is also still available for network-based workflows, and if you also need to work offline, Rhinex login is also available for PPP or PPK. The hardware is only half of story. The RS4 Pro runs on Emlid Flow, their mobile and cloud platform for iOS and Android. The interface is clean and logical. I've put it in front of engineers who never used Emlid before and they've been productive within an hour. Emlid Flow 360 is the cloud layer on the top, and it lets you set up a team workspace, share project data between field and office in real time, and monitor progress without making a phone call. For larger projects and multiple teams, this significantly reduces the back and forth for file transfer. The core features are free. There is an optional subscription for Premier Tours, but the fundamentals you need for most jobs are included at no extra cost. I was just editing the video and I realized that some of you might say that I didn't cover everything in this video, but this is just a general review. I'm intending to do a series with the functions of the Emlid RS4 Pro, just like I did with RS3. So if you have any suggestion or if you want to see something particular, just drop it in the comments. Also, if you didn't subscribe and you want to see more, just feel free to do so. Now let's crack on with the normal video. So here's the honest answer. The RS4 without the cameras is already very capable receiver, better tracking, better build, better radio than the RS3. And if your work is mainly open sky topo, GIS collection or straightforward drone based work, the RS4 at 3,600 pounds is an excellent value. The RS4 Pro is for a different kind of user. If you are a surveyor regularly dealing with accessible points like facade, boundary, hazardous images, measure from images has the potential to reduce your total station setups meaningfully. If you run construction layout with mixed and or less experienced team, AR Stakeout makes the workflow faster and more intuitive for everyone on site. And if you work in challenging environments, dense urban areas under tree canopies or near steel structures, the improved GNSS engine and tilt compensation will make a noticeable difference to your productivity. The extra 700 pounds over the RS4 is only worth it. Those camera features are relevant to your day-to-day work. If they are, this is a strong buy. If they are not, save the money and get the RS4. For surveyors coming from a RS3, this is a genuine upgrade, not a cosmetic one, but it's not urgent unless you are hitting the limitations are described. That's my honest take on the Emlid Reach RS4 Pro. And if you are looking for something simple and more affordable, you should check out my review of the Emlid RX2 next, because while the RS4 Pro is clearly aimed for more advanced workflows, the RX2 might actually be the better choice for a lot of people. Check it out here.